Hello student, welcome to the online session on practical demonstration. Today the topic of the session is DOS. So how we can run the DOS command on the command prompt. So first we think to learn that how to open the command prompt. You have to first click on the star. Okay. As soon as you click on the star, what will happen? That search option will be there. You click on it and either you type CMD. Okay. Either you can type CMD or you can directly type command prompt. Okay. You can directly type command prompt or you can type CMD. Either of the two you can try it. Okay, then this command prompt option will be shown. You click on it. Okay, so this type of dialog box will be open. So this is how you can open the command prompt, and whatever commands you want to apply or you can want to execute, you can execute in this platform only. Okay, so before going to start the practical session, we have to know about the history of MS-DOS, who invented this one, and why we are using, why still we need to learn, because right now we are using Windows. So why we still using it, and we require these things to learn. So all those details about the DOS today in session we will learn. So first we have to understand what is MS-DOS. The little definition is that MS-DOS stands for Microsoft Disk Operating System. So DOS is a command line method of executing basically the same functions available in Windows. So in Windows we can copy a file, okay, we can open a directory, we can create a file. Every options is available in Windows, but previously Windows is not there. So what was there? That is the disk operating system. So how this functionalities we can perform in DOS also we will learn today. So we will know about, let's move forward to about the history of this. So MS-DOS is a non-graphical command line. What is non-graphical means? Graphical command, Windows is a graphical command prompt where you can see the icon, you can click the icon and we can execute the functionality. But here in the DOS there is no icons and everything is available, only a command prompt that you can see. This command prompt is there and you can use this command prompt to execute all the things. So DOS is a non-graphical command line operating system derived from 86 DOS, that is created for IBM, originally written by Tim Parelson and introduced by Microsoft in August 1981 and was last updated in 1994 when the DOS released 6.2 version. Okay. So, how to check what is your version of the Windows DOS system? You can see closely. Whenever you open it, you can see the version. Okay, this is 6.9603. But if you want to again see that how we can show this one, when I see this one, so you can just type dir, okay, directory, and enter whatever directory is present. You can see how many directories are present over here, and this version, as soon as you click on the command prompt, it will show you your version, that is 6.3. I am using the 3.90. You can check your also when you try to execute it. Okay, so we have to learn about few things. The first term is called booting. So what is booting? The procedure of starting a computer by loading the basic components of the operating system into the main memory is known as booting. when for the first time you switch on your computer is taking at least 1 to 2 minutes of time to load all the details, right? So the procedure is actually called the booting. Why? Because all the necessary functionalities or instruction is there in the BIOS. So it will take the informations and loaded the information into the main memory, and then it is started. So this procedure is known as the booting, and it is related to the operating system. Okay, so DOS is also operating system, so it is related to DOS also. Next, there is a two type of booting is available in MS DOS. Number one is the cold booting, and number two is warm booting. Okay, so for the cold booting, the first process to carry out when a computer is turned on, it is initialize the microprocessor. Next, the power on self start is carried out. So this booting is actually called a cold booting. Okay, and next is warm booting. So for in case if computer is hang while working, so it needs to restart and make it functional. A computer can be restarted by pressing Control, Alt, Del, all three keys at the same time. Okay, when it is done, the computer restarts skipping the RAM test. Okay, in case of warm booting, RAM test is not performed, but in case of cold booting, RAM test is performed. Okay, so this is known as the warm booting. Two type of booting is there, one is cold and another one is the warm booting. Cold booting performs when the very first time I am switching in the computer. Each and every time this type of booting is performing, and in case of warm booting, when your system getting hanged, it's not working, and you restart your system, that point of time you are performing the warm booting. Next comes to the command, because DOS is a command prompt, so we have to execute some commands. So there are two type of commands is actually there. One is the internal command, another one is the external command. Okay, what are the internal, what is actually internal commands? The command which is id part of the command.com, and for execution or run no need extra file. It means the command whose id or it means its information is already loaded in the command.com. So this kind of a commands is not require any extra file to run its functionalities. Okay, so this type of command is known as the internal command, like date, time, volume, version. And external commands are those commands which is the not part of the command.com. For the execution, it is need the extra files. Today we will learn about the few things from the internal command. But before starting the internal command, few things we have to know about it. That it first you see, that is c:/user/user. Okay, so this format is there. So first we have to know why what is the use of this. C is actually the drive where it actually is situated. Okay, then we are using the colon prompt, and then we are using slash, and then get it done. Why? Because under this drive we are actually creating our directories and subdirectories or folder, and where we will use all those commands. So for the very first time we will use the some internal command. So let's see how we can use the internal command. So first command is date, D-A-T-E, date. So if you see, that is showing 7/7/2020. Okay, so if you want to modify it or date, because in some system you will find out this date and time is not correct. So that point of time, if you want to correct it, then enter the new date option is there. That is, you have to give month first, then date, then the year. In this way you can change the date. If it is wrong, then you can change it. I'm pressing just enter because I have here in this system it is showing correctly, so I'm not making any changes. Next command is the time command. see right now what is the time it is showing. If it is not correct, either they are giving you the opportunity to change the time as well. Next, you can know the version of the DOS command. See, here in the from the beginning I have shown you that what is the version, but again if you are using the var command, it will give you the version also, and you can know the volume also. Okay, so to know the volume, you just need to click on the write the vol and enter. So volume it will show. You can know the level also. So to know the levels, you just see here in the C drive there is no level. If there is any level, then it can show it. Okay, next one beautiful command is that CLS, enter. So when you press CLS, what will happen? Whatever command you have executed, it will clear it up all. Okay, so CLS is used for the clear screen. Next, another command is that if you don't want to use a command prompt, if you want to exit, then you have to write EXIT, exit. Okay, enter. You have returned from the command prompt. So these are actually the few internal command I am showing today. We will continue showing the internal command and external command as well. Thank you, student.